Hey, hey, hey! Hey there, dear Spellweaver Nation! I'm your host, the Loaf Giant. Let's get right into the news! Yeah, I'm never doing that again. Dear Spellweaver community, welcome back to a little bit of a Spellweaver update video. You know, usually we have the work who covers the Spellweaver news every week. It's called Last Week in Spellweaver, by the way, if you want to get on board with the newest news. News are always new, but with the newest events that took place in Spellweaver, in and outside of Spellweaver. But of course, you know, if there is like a major update on the horizon, of course, I am gonna be covering that as well. And we have quite something in front of us, and that is called a new season. So the developers, namely IFCO, stated that they are gonna be releasing a bunch of new cards since the mobile release was a success. Awesome stuff, by the way. Huge thanks again, by the way, to everyone who started playing it and is enjoying their ride so far. And yeah, there's gonna be a new season. The new cards are gonna be coming out, and it states as follows. Maybe you have already read the blog post or the forum, not the forum, the post on the main page already. It was released on the 17th of May, and it states new season and a new cards, basically new card releases and the way forward. So what we can expect from Spellweaver in the near future. They are gonna be releasing monthly cards and a brand new season in May, which is called Ancients Rising. And with it, there was also a little bit of a lore upgrade. And if you haven't read it already, this is what it says.
The world of Hesperia was inhabited by the magical spirits of the lands, the skies, and the seas, long before the sentinel races, as we currently know them, came to life. Alongside those magical spirits strolled the guardians, ancient protectors of Hesperia. These majestic beings were powered by the energy of Hesperia's magical field, which penetrated the entire realm in its early ages of glory. But with time, Hesperia's magical field waned until it shrank to a point now known as the astral flux. The Guardians retreated through the flux to the outer realms, where magic was still plentiful, and with no one left to protect Hesperia, it was only a matter of time before something sinister tried to sneak and take it over. The one we know as Amen is a trans-realm creature with an insatiable appetite for power, and while a fearless hero named Armaric managed to banish it from the lands for the time being, Amen will one day come back. The Ancients are returning to Especia? There's a typo. Aware that they only have limited time to rally the entire realm before Amen returns, undoubtedly a lot better prepared for his revenge.
I fucking love the lore, and especially if they bring in like some cards. Like now, we also get to know what the meaning behind the Astral Flux card, and also, you know, goes hand in hand with the energy, like what the card basically states. And it's pretty unlikely that the card is gonna be changed. So definitely liking that. So here's the deal. The post says that they are gonna release between 6 to 15 cards each month. And when is it gonna start? It's gonna start on the 7th of May. On the 7th of May, the new season is gonna hit. It's gonna be called Ancients Rising, and it's gonna feature 7 new cards plus a new hero. And so far, by the way, everyone expected that the new hero is gonna be Amen, because, you know, he was featured. There's a picture of him, basically a mugshot, on in the post. Plus, there's also the little bit of lore that we got, like basically a little bit of a rundown what happened during the Holy Child campaign. So yeah, like all signs point towards that it's gonna be the new hero is gonna be a corruption hero, obviously, and it's gonna be Amen. So far, by the way, as we all know, each aspect has 3 heroes. With Order being the exception, because they have 4, because they had the Spellweaver campaign, the Holy Child campaign, which of course was centered around Order, and basically every OP card that came out of that came from that expansion, which was of course Mortar, Timea, Diogen, Of course, the hero Amalric, Master Hunter, all of the cards came with that. And yeah, like, Order, of course, has 4 heroes. They are the exception with Alexa, Advanced Alexa, who's garbage because if you don't play Angels with her, the hero just fucking sucks. Hermelian and Amalric. Then we have, of course, Wisdom with Darius, Advanced Darius, and Elric. We have Nature with Naiva, Advanced Naiva, and Keanu Reeves. We have Order with Zash, Advanced Zash, and Burke. We have Corruption with Nefaris, Advanced Nefaris, and Enoch. And we have, of course, Dominion with Despina, Advanced Despina, and Coronis. And now, as I've stated, every sign points towards that the new hero is going to be Amalric. Before, by the way, I read the post, I wasn't too sure. Like, everyone was going on their limb and say that Armin is going to be the new hero. But as you can see in the header, and as you can see, by the way, on... I forgot his name, but the guy who draws all the amazing artwork for Spellweaver, on his DeviantArt page that I pretty much visit on a frequent basis, by the way, we also saw that exact banner, but so I didn't read the post, and then I was like, yeah, you know, everyone is saying Armin, but just because there's a picture of him doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be Armin. Maybe it's gonna be a nature hero, and it's gonna be, you know, that girl over there, but it's probably gonna be a new card rather, and I'm pretty sure now after reading the post and the little bit of information behind and around Armin, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be Armin. So that one, by the way, is gonna be dropping on the 7th of May, 7 new cards, 1 new hero. So now the question, of course, is how do you obtain those cards? They are gonna change the value and the content of the packs. So as you know, there are small, normal, evil, and good packs. Those packs are only gonna contain cards from the core set, which we run at the moment, which is Valiant Dawn. So all the cards that are out at the moment, which is, by the way, they stated that down here somewhere. Yeah, currently there are 342 different cards, including over 100 different rare cards, by the way. So in 342 cards, those cards are the cards that you're gonna find in small, normal, good, and evil packs. You can only find those cards in there. In premium and foil packs, you can find both. You can find cards from Valiant Dawn, and you can find cards like from the set that we run at the moment, and you can also find the cards from the new set. Now they're gonna add new packs, and they are gonna be called novelty packs. Those novelty packs are gonna contain 4 cards each. And these cards, however, only contain cards from the new season. So in the old packs, basically, are the old cards, and in novelty packs are gonna be the new cards, which of course is easy for players who already have all the cards. We're just gonna buy like novelty packs up the ass and get the cards that way. Of course, you can also, by the way, get those cards by crafting. Yeah, by crafting, so you like all the additional shrines that you don't need. You can recycle these to get the new cards as well, which also was a thing that you could do with the new cards from the Holy Child campaign. And of course, you can get those packs relatively easily, either by, of course, paying real money to support the developers, by purchasing crystals, or by just playing the game, completing quests, and yeah, just playing the game with the in-game gold currency. I'm not gonna be sure, by the way, how much the prices are gonna vary from the small, normal, good, evil packs and the novelty packs. Obviously, the foil packs are a little bit more expensive because fucking foil cards. But by the way, of course, you can also get crystals by playing the Crystal Fiesta tournaments. You can also get crystals that way, so you don't even have to pay anything, basically. So yeah, as I've stated, or as they have stated, they are gonna release between 6 to 15 cards each month. They however gonna make a pause in July and in January. What I would say, you know, 6 to 15 cards is gonna be pretty hard to do. They have the balance team, which is a good thing. But the problem is, if you remember when they added the last bunch of cards with the Cold-Hearted Paladin, the Tomb Innkeeper? Not Innkeeper. The Tomb Keeper, I think he's called. Fucking love that card, but I don't remember his name at the moment. Was it Tomb Keeper? I think so. Cold-Hearted Paladin is a fucking badass 3-speed. But yeah, as you remember, also who came with that? The Harbinger of Sorrows and the Goblin Merchant, who was apparently garbage. And I remember when I made the video about the new cards, I was like, yeah, you know, it's a Goblin card. Every rage deck, especially like Rage Rush, is gonna run this, and the Goblin Merchant is nowhere to be seen. He was seen once, of course, with the how is the guy called? Bloodborne Prince. With the combo that with the Merchant and Bloodborne Prince combo, but that was pretty much it. And after that, I've never seen him again. But aside from that, the thing that I'm trying to say is, you know, Harbinger of Sorrows came with that, and of course the OP combo with the Harbinger, with the double portal, and the thing that I'm trying to convey right here is that they definitely, like, if you release, let's say 15 cards, like a bunch of 15 cards in one go every month, or let's say 14 cards in 1 month. Next month is gonna be like 4 cards. Next month is no, wait, between 6 and 15. So 6 is definitely set. So let's say 14 1 month, 6 the next month. It's gonna be a problem to balance those cards, especially with the 342 different cards that are already in the game. Of course, like the main problem with Harbinger was fixed relatively quickly. I think it was like 2 weeks after. Was it? I think it was 2 weeks after the Harbinger hit the field the first time. But yeah, the development team is really small. So I think maybe IFCO and their staff is gonna. Maybe they're gonna like be fixed on actually releasing the cards and coming up with new ideas for cards. And they're also, of course, I like the development team because they really, since they are so small, they work with the player base. So the player base is probably gonna play a major role in actually balancing the cards. Which there is still a huge problem, by the way. Speaking of balancing, so what I would like to see though is, like, let's say, I don't know, maybe 10 cards. Let's say they release 10 cards in May. Then they make a one month break. Then the next month, then the month after that, they're gonna release like maybe 8 or 10 more cards, and then they make a pause for a month again, just to make sure that the cards are balanced properly. Because if one slips like through the cracks, it's gonna be pretty hard then to like cover everything. I mean, you know, with the Harbinger nerf came 2 things. He is not a demon anymore, for one, and the second change, of course, was Portal. So they changed 2 cards for 1 card that they have added. So you have to take that into the equation. And just one thing that I want to touch on real quick is Silencer. Silencer apparently now is a big problem. I'm hanging out basically every day, by the way, in the Discord server, in the Spellweaver Discord server, and many people now, also on the forums, voice their disgust by that horrible, terrible, bullshit-ass card called Silencer, and I was the first one, by the way, to voice my disgust for everyone who plays that shitty card. You know, I don't know if the balancing team is really looking into it, but, you know, I'm not in the balance team, but I have a suggestion. It's pretty easy to fix Silencer if you think about it. My suggestion on how you can fix the card is just remove it out of the game, because the card is fucking terrible. The card is just ass. However, I'm currently actually on the bandwagon of people that say that Silencer itself may not be the problem. New Horizons is actually the problem, because if you think of it, New Horizons lets you ramp up fucking early and fucking fast. Like it's not even like a comparison. Like, New Horizons is just a broken card, especially if you are on turn 2. If you are on turn 2, you have one wisdom shrine, and you have a New Horizons, of course, it's just the same like with Rage Rush as well. What do you do when you play Rage Rush on second turn and you have a Rage Shrine and you have 2 Lizard Barbarians or 2 Goblin Warriors or a Lizard Barbarian and a Goblin Warrior respectively? You go up one aspect, you spark into Lizard Barbarino and into the Goblin Warrior because board presence right away. And what are you gonna do when you have a Wisdom Shrine and New Horizons in your hand and your turn? It doesn't even matter. You can also be turn 1. If you have turn 1, you go up, you use it for an aspect. Next turn, you're gonna use a shrine for the mana. You draw a card and you hit New Horizons, and yeah, Circle of Life basically. And of course, turn 2 is or if you're a turn second, it's even more disgusting because you just ramp up into 2 aspects in 1 turn, and that is fucking bullshit. So yeah, but the thing is, if it doesn't seem like that they actually want to get rid of New Horizons. So, and neither do I, because New Horizons is just a really good card. It's just broken as fuck. But maybe the balance team has to look into that. Of course, there's a huge difference, by the way. The best, like the Fuzz made the perfect comparison between the 2 ramp cards, Power Surge and New Horizons, and why Power Surge isn't OP, but New Horizons definitely is. Still, if they somehow manage to nerf New Horizons so that it is appropriate, I'm still high on the idea of fucking removing Silencer just altogether, or just make it just change it. You know, just like they did with Wasp Swarm, that is now Nature's Encouragement, just make Jorel Silencer a completely different card, change the name, and change what the card does, and everyone is gonna be happy. Because we all know, like, the thing that is now prominent apparently, of course, is still Rage Wisdom Control, which is fucking obnoxious to play against, and that is why I am gonna recite officially now, by the way, from Vampires to Rage Rush, because I don't deal with that garbage. Yeah, like, the thing that is prominent now is, of course, dropping Silencer into an Elder Red Dragon, and you can do that so easily with ramping up with New Horizons. It's just not fun. And of course, then there is also 1 turn heal. And by the way, did I see that correctly on the main page? Let me check that real quick. Rinweird is making his deck analysis, and fucking You know, I played Rage Rush on stream. That is gonna be uploaded, by the way, soon on YouTube. And I was wondering why everyone was playing Snacks. And then I looked on the main page of Spellweaver, and I saw deck analysis number 1, I think it was. Number 2, Snakes. That is, and everyone, I think, out of 7 games or so that we have played, maybe it was even 10 games, I think 7 or 6, maybe 6 of those were actually against Snacks. And now he made a fucking deck analysis for 1 turn fucking heal. Oh my god, we are gonna run into one. Oh no, I'm not gonna play this week. That's for damn sure. You're gonna run into 1 turn heal, like, oh my god. Why do we even make a deck analysis for that? We try to attract new players. We don't want them to. We don't want to scare them away. That is basically what 1 turn heal does. But yeah, we all know the obnoxious things. Back when Scatterdor's Bidding was still OP, we had the Scatterdors into Silencer. Now we have the Silencer into Dragon, and now, of course, with 1 turn heal, that was always a thing. It's just Silencer into, well, nothing, because you don't play anything for 1 turn heal. But yeah, going off track a little bit. That was it, however, for the news. So there's gonna be a new season called Ancients Rising. It's gonna the first drop is gonna be on May 7th. We're gonna get 7 new cards and 1 new hero, which is probably gonna be Armin for Corruption, and it's gonna be interesting what his hero ability is gonna bring to the table. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the news. Let me know in the comments, by the way, what you think about the coming season, and which cards do you think are gonna drop. We definitely will get 1 more, seems to be fairy card for nature, so that is gonna be interesting. Maybe my fairy deck is gonna be playable. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the news, and I'll see you in the next Spellweaver related video.